What is up, gun enthusiasts? Greg Rowe Show Tactical. Well, if you could sort of maybe kind of guess from the title of this video, I did a thing. I put out a video a couple weeks ago about the 320, opening up the discussion, kind of giving my thoughts on that, and sort of asking for your thoughts and your feedback on the 320, the issues that it is allegedly has been having, basically since its inception, and kind of what to do or where to go from there. I decided in the last week to sell all of my SIG sour pistols. So I have done that. I do not own any SIG products at the current time, and I'm not sure if moving forward I will. And the reason behind that isn't necessarily the 320 and the issues and whatnot. It's more the response from the company in calling, anybody that may have any questions about the 320 and these negligent discharges that they're allegedly having, calling them, attention-seeking grifters and all that kind of stuff. I'm a big believer in customer service. A lot of the companies that I deal with, that I associate myself with, that I purchase products from, have good customer service. I just don't see the point in, if you're going to spend money, why you would spend money with a company that has terrible customer service, doesn't seem to care about you, doesn't respond timely, those sort of things. I don't see the point in doing that. I want to deal personally with companies that have good customer service, that care about my, my wants, my needs, my desires, my issues, and are, willing or capable of offering a solution or something of that nature. And to me, SIG is really not doing that right now. Their customer service is pretty bad, and customer service isn't just, oh, hey, I reached out to them and they responded to me, or, oh, I had an issue with this and they fixed it. It's the total package. It's how you treat, view, respond, interact with your customer base. And the response about the 320 and then doubling down on it just didn't sit well with me personally. And I'm not that big a fan of shilling for companies. I don't do that. I will never do that. I just don't believe in it, because I believe that it ruins, to me, what is the most important thing, and that is integrity. If your integrity is compromised, you're a compromised individual. Your thoughts, what comes out of your mouth, your actions, all of those sort of things are compromised. And there are certain people out there, if you follow, gun tubers and all that kind of stuff, who the SIG shields are, who the guys who are getting paid by SIG are, the guys who are, running all SIG products, or who used to be Glock guys and are now SIG guys and whatnot. You know who those people are. I don't need to say it. But that kind of stuff doesn't sit very well with me either. Basically, talking down to other, gun users, is not, to me, the right play here. But that's kind of the route that SIG has decided to go. That's the route that their shills have decided to go. And to me, until that sort of thing changes, I won't be owning any SIG products. I mean, it's the same thing with Benchmade. When you actively help, or do something that goes against, the Second Amendment or the Second Amendment movement, or people who believe in that sort of thing, I don't really have time for you, and I certainly don't have money for you. Yeah, obviously, I had to take a hit on all that stuff, because the reselling market is not what it is or probably should be. So I have to take a hit on some of that stuff. But, to me, like, my integrity and being honest about things and open about things, really to me is more important than any brand or money really in general. If you don't have integrity, then you don't really have anything. So no more SIG for me. I will not be, buying those guns, reviewing those guns, showing you those guns on the channel until something massively changes at SIG. Their pricing is getting to be absolutely outrageous. The customer service isn't great, and I'm not even just going to talk about the 320 stuff. When I bought my 938 Legion, a couple weeks after having it, the inside, the grip on the inside of the gun, if you're right-handed, with the mag release, that grip started to turn kind of a grayish white, whereas the other side still looked black and shiny and nice. And I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, what's going on with this? Is this, a quality issue? I'm not seeing it on any of the other, 938s that I have. I'm not seeing it on the other side, of the grip. I'm just seeing it on this side of the grip. And, the answer was, I'll just rub some oil on it. And it's like, I had to go back and forth with this customer service rep 3 or 4 times before I was just finally like, fuck it. I'm not gonna deal with this. They're clearly not, going to give me a right answer, or maybe even just say, hey man, we'll send you a pair of $80 grips out. You buy a Legion pistol, it's supposed to be the top of the line pistols that they offer. It's supposed to be the special this, special that, and for them to just be like, oh, just do whatever. It's like, you think I'm stupid? You think I haven't tried that? It continues to do this discoloration. Oh, that's just natural. Okay, whatever. So they just don't have great customer service. They just really don't care. They have the military contract that's helping them fund, all these other projects. That's why they're spitting out so many guns and whatnot. And they just don't care about the average shooter. They clearly don't care about the average, member of the fan base by their responses about the 320. So I do not own any more SIGs, will not, and until something changes, won't. So that's just kind of my take on that. No more SIGs for me. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about SIGs. Are you keeping all your SIGs? Again, I'm not telling you what you need to do. I'm not telling you need to think like me. I'm not telling you that you need to be offended by what they said. I'm not telling you need to be pissed off by what they said. I'm not telling you that you need to, feel the same way that I feel about customer service or about them as a company. That's obviously your prerogative, and however you look at that and think about that and feel about that is, obviously your business. I'm not going to ever tell you what to do with your money. I'm just letting you know how I feel about it. And the more and more I sat on it, the more and more I was like, yeah, this is bullshit. So that's it for me. If you liked the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about SIG in the comment section below. Are you keeping your guns? Are you selling them? Do you care? Does any of this matter to you at all? As always, I like to hear from everybody else out there. I did pick up something the other day. It's a gun that I had my eye on for, a minute and kind of went back and forth on it and was like, I don't even know if this is something that actually makes sense for me or if I'm going to like it. I've never owned a gun in this caliber before, but went and put some range ammo and some different defensive ammo through this gun and was thoroughly impressed by it. So I will be making a video about that here shortly and give you my thoughts on that. Obviously, when you get a new gun, you order a new holster, so I'll give you a review on kind of what I ordered and what I think about that as well as I've been carrying it. So be on the lookout for those. And until the next one, I'm out of here.